The grand finale of the Gilded Age Season 3 is almost here, and the trailer for Episode 8 promises fireworks that could shake New York's high society to its core. We see fleeting shots of glittering ballrooms, tense confrontations, and faces that reveal more than they intend. But beneath the beauty and grandeur, there's an air of danger, as if every character knows that their next step could make or break them. Bertha Russell stands in the center of it all, her eyes locked on. Her rival with the kind of confidence that suggests she's holding a winning hand. Yet the trailer is careful to show us cracks, whispers behind fans, knowing glances across crowded rooms, and subtle nods that hint at secret alliances forming against her as we look back at Episode 7. It's clear why this finale is set to explode. Bertha's fight for dominance in the opera war reached a boiling point, and she's more determined than ever to claim victory no matter the cost. Her calculated charm is still on display, but her patience is wearing thin, and the trailer shows us moments where her carefully crafted composure slips. Across town, Marian is caught in an emotional storm of her own making. Her quiet romance has been tested, and the choices she faces could either bring her the happiness she's longed for or trap her in a life she doesn't want. Episode 7 left her standing at a crossroads, and the sneak peek suggests that her decision will have consequences far beyond her own heart. Meanwhile, George Russell continues to walk the dangerous line between wealth and risk. His business dealings have always been bold, but whispers of legal trouble are beginning to shadow his empire. In one tense trailer moment, we see him in a hushed conversation with a political figure, the kind of meeting that could either secure his family's future or put them in jeopardy. And in the background, the rest of New York's elite are preparing for the season's final round of social events. The finale's grand ball looms large, promising not just a display of wealth and elegance, but the perfect stage for whispered scandals, public rivalries, and unexpected betrayals. Every gown, every dance, and every polite smile will be a weapon in the unspoken war for influence. The tension in the trailer is masterfully built. We hear fragments of dialogue, sharp, loaded sentences that hint at conflicts ready to burst. A single look between characters feels like it could undo months of careful planning. The sneak peek doesn't just tease us with drama. It makes it clear that by the end of Episode 8, the balance of power in New York society could shift forever. The glitter will still shine, the champagne will still flow, but beneath it all, hearts will be broken, reputations will be destroyed. And only the most cunning will survive. Asterisk the sneak peek for Episode 8 wastes no time pulling us deeper into the tensions that have been brewing all season. One of the most striking images is Bertha Russell stepping into a grand ballroom, every head turning as she arrives. The gown she wears is a statement in itself. Bold, commanding, a direct challenge to anyone who dares oppose her. But the trailer isn't showing us just another social appearance. This is a battleground, and Bertha knows it. Across the room, her rival watches, a faint smile playing on her lips as if she's ready to strike. In that single shot, the stakes are made crystal clear. This is not merely about an opera house. It's about legacy, influence, and who will truly rule the highest echelons of New York society. We also catch a fleeting moment between Bertha and George. The way they exchange glances hints at more than marital unity, it's strategy. They are partners in every sense, but the look in George's eyes carries the weight of unseen pressures. In Episode 7, we saw his business ventures threatened by rumors and political maneuvering. Now, the trailer suggests those threats are coming to a head. There's a brief shot of George in a dimly lit office, speaking in low tones to a man whose identity the trailer doesn't reveal. The shadowy setting, the closed door, and George's guarded tone all hint that whatever deal he's making will have far-reaching consequences for his business, his marriage, and possibly even Bertha's. Social war, Marian's storyline takes on a bittersweet edge in the sneak peek. We see her in a quiet moment, standing near a window as light filters through lace curtains, her expression caught somewhere between longing and resolve. A voice, perhaps her aunt's, is heard in the background, urging her to make the practical choice. This has been Marian's struggle all along, to follow her heart or secure her place in a world that measures worth in titles and connections. Another scene cuts quickly to a dance floor where she's in the arms of a man whose identity is hidden by the camera angle, leaving fans to wonder if this is the suitor she's been avoiding or the one she truly wants. The editing is intentional. It leaves room for speculation, fueling the debate over whether Marian will choose love or status in the finale. Meanwhile, the Russell household isn't the only one facing shifting tides. The trailer flashes to a meeting of influential figures, familiar faces from the season, gathered in what looks like a private club. They speak in hushed tones, papers are passed, and the air is thick with unspoken agendas. One man glances toward the camera as if he's aware that secrets are about to spill into the open. This moment stands out because it suggests that the finale won't just be about personal rivalries. There are larger political and financial undercurrents threatening to erupt. And then, there's the image that lingers, a young maid moving hurriedly through a hallway, clutching a folded piece of paper. She glances over her shoulder before slipping it under a door. It's a blink and you miss it moment, but it raises questions. Is this a message, a warning, or evidence that could ruin someone? In a world where servants see everything and say nothing, the act of passing a note feels like a small crack in the wall of silence, one that could shatter reputations in an instant. The trailer closes this section with a rapid montage. Bertha's sharp intake of breath as she catches sight of someone unexpected. George turning abruptly in the middle of a tense conversation, Marian's hand trembling as she reaches for a letter, and a chandelier glittering overhead just before the scene cuts to black. The effect is intoxicating, a promise that the finale will not only answer the season's biggest questions, but will also leave new ones hanging in the air. In true Gilded Age fashion, beauty and brutality are about to dance hand in hand. And when the music stops, only a few will be left standing at the top. Asterisk if the sneak peek gave us the images to obsess over, it also planted the seeds for some of the biggest theories fans have been whispering about all season. One of the loudest questions after watching the episode 8 trailer is whether Bertha Russell's ambition has finally overreached. She spent the entire season building alliances, outmaneuvering rivals, and pouring resources into her campaign to dominate the opera scene. But the glances exchanged behind her back in the sneak peek feel different this time, more deliberate, more united. Could this mean her enemies are finally putting aside their differences to take her down? Some fans believe the finale might see Bertha win the battle, but lose something far more personal. Perhaps even her place among the very elite she fought. To join George Russell's storyline has equally tantalizing possibilities. The dark meeting in the trailer hints at a dangerous gamble. George has been portrayed as a man who can always control the board, but political storms are unpredictable. And Episode 8 might force him into a decision that risks everything. One theory gaining traction is that the deal he's shown making isn't for business at all, but to protect someone, maybe even Bertha. If true, that would add a layer of emotional weight to the finale, transforming what looks like a business subplot into a personal sacrifice. It would also deepen the theme that has quietly run beneath the Russells. Glittering world, the lengths they'll go to protect each other. Marian's arc is perhaps the most emotionally loaded going into the finale. The trailer's choice to hide the identity of her dance partner has sparked endless speculation. Is it a reconciliation with a past love, a reluctant acceptance of a socially suitable match, or the beginning of an entirely new relationship? The presence of her aunt's voice urging practicality has led some viewers to fear the worst, that Marian might give in to societal pressure. But others argue that the trembling hand we see holding a letter could signal a rebellious choice. Perhaps a runaway marriage or a shocking public refusal? If the writers choose the latter, it could be one of the season's most talked about moments, cementing Marian as a character who refuses to be quietly managed by the world around her. The mysterious maid delivering a folded note has become its own miniature mystery among fans. Some suspect she's delivering a love letter, while others think it's a piece of incriminating evidence, perhaps about George's dealings or Bertha's social maneuvering. Given the Gilded Age's love for intertwining storylines, It's not impossible that the note could connect multiple characters in an unexpected way. Imagine if it contained information that not only threatens one person's reputation, but also flips the outcome of the opera war or a political deal. This kind of detail could easily set up an even bigger story for season 4. The emotional stakes in the finale seem higher than ever because nearly every character appears to be at a crossroads. Bertha risks losing her social crown, George faces an unseen threat, Marian must choose between her heart and her future, and the supporting cast are positioned to tip the scales in unpredictable ways. The montage at the end of the trailer. Bertha's gasp, George's sudden turn, Marian's trembling hand, the glittering chandelier, feels like a warning that the finale will deliver not just one twist, but several, each carrying consequences that will echo beyond this season. What makes this build-up so effective is the show's mastery of balancing opulence with tension. The gilded sets, the lavish costumes, and the sparkling banquets serve as the perfect camouflage for the battles being fought beneath the surface. In Episode 8, those battles won't just be hinted at, they will be laid bare. Friendships will fracture, loyalties will be tested, and the line between victory and defeat will blur until it's hard to tell who has truly won. For fans, the anticipation isn't just about who will rise and who will fall. It's about witnessing the moment when masks slip, truths spill out, and the polished world of the Gilded Age shows just how fragile it really is. Asterisk. Everything in the Episode 8 trailer feels like it's building toward a single night, the grand ball that will close not only the season's social calendar, but also the arcs we've been following since the first episode. The sneak peek paints this event as more than just an elegant gathering. It's a battlefield draped in silk and lit by chandeliers. From the moment the doors swing open, you can sense the undercurrents of rivalry. Every smile feels sharpened, every toast laced with meaning. The guests aren't just here to celebrate, they're here to watch, to measure, and perhaps to witness someone's very public undoing. Bertha's entrance is pure spectacle. A camera catches her pausing just long enough for the entire room to take her in, a calculated move that announces both her power and her willingness to challenge anyone who dares oppose her. But then comes the subtle shift, eyes following her with something colder than admiration. Conversations hush, fans flutter in coded signals, and a slow ripple of tension spreads through the room. The trailer cuts to a close-up of Bertha's face, her confident expression faltering for the briefest moment. It's a crack in the armor, and for those who've been waiting to see her stumble, it's blood in the water dot across the room, George is in quiet conversation with a man who seems out of place among the elite, his suit a touch less polished, his presence more business than pleasure. Their exchange is brief but loaded. George's brow furrows as the man whispers something, and then George's eyes immediately scan the crowd as if looking for someone. The trailer doesn't tell us who or why, but the tension in his stance is unmistakable. Whatever news he's just received, it's not good. And it might not be something he can keep from Bertha for long. The dance floor becomes the stage for another key moment. Marian glides into view, her partner still hidden by clever camera angles. The lighting is warm and romantic, the kind that makes a ballroom glow, but the energy between them is not simple joy. Her grip is tight, her smile forced, and when the camera briefly catches her eyes, there's a flicker of conflict, perhaps even regret. Then a sudden cut to her standing alone near the balcony reading a letter. The edges of the paper tremble in her hands, and she looks over her shoulder as if fearing she's being watched. It's a haunting image, and one that suggests her personal storyline will collide with the public spectacle in an explosive way. One of the most intriguing shots in the sneak peek shows the mysterious maid again, this time weaving through the ballroom with a tray of champagne. Her eyes are sharp, scanning the guests, and in a quick, almost hidden gesture, she slips a folded note into the pocket of a man's coat. The man doesn't notice, or pretends not to, but the moment is filmed with such precision that it's impossible to believe it's unimportant. This note, whatever it contains, is going to change something before the night is over. As the music swells, the trailer delivers a rapid-fire montage that feels like the heartbeat of the finale. Bertha turning sharply as if someone's called her name, George's hand tightening around a glass. Marian's tearful eyes in the flicker of candlelight. A rival's smug smile across the room. The chandelier swaying ever so slightly, hinting at the chaos to come. The editing becomes frantic, snippets of arguments, raised voices, doors slamming, before cutting abruptly to black. Then, in the final seconds, a single line of dialogue echoes. By the end of tonight, nothing will be the same. That's the promise. Episode 8 makes not just resolution, but transformation. Alliances will be shattered, fortunes may be lost, and reputations could be ruined in the span of a single evening. The gilded beauty of the setting will make every betrayal sting sharper, every triumph shine brighter, and every downfall hit harder. As the curtain falls on Season 3, the audience won't just be wondering who won the season's battles. They'll be asking who has the strength, the cunning, and the will to survive what's coming next.